Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time here on the GSMC Sports Network. Talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, and it seems like I'm having... Hold on, let's shift over here. There we go. And then, bam. All right. Then that worked out pretty well. So, guys, we have a great show for you today. All lined up. We have our AEW Dynamite review. We have our TNA, Impact, Ring of Honor, Honor Club preview. We're also going to talk about some AEW Full Gear. And we're also going to talk about some WWE Speed. The women are, we have a new tournament to determine the number one contender. And then we have the CMLL, also the, Deathlock Professional Wrestling, who all had, premium live events over the weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Actually, on Monday, it was Mexican, Mexico's Revolution, which was obviously, that's awesome. Congratulations. And for who else, celebrating that, that's awesome. You definitely got to respect that 110%. All right, before we get into any of that, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember the Superman punch, that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. Of course, if you ever bring a question or a hot take in terms of the world of professional wrestling here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are all ears, 1,010%. Always remember that here at the GSMC Sports Network. We want you guys to know if you got something that, you've been dying to get off your chest here at the GSMC Sports Network. We are all ears. We just want to make sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix, 1,010%. So don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment, question, or concern gets noticed on air, why not use that super chat? Just go ahead and click that $ right next to that chat box. Anything you put inside that box is going to be guaranteed to be featured, talked about, maybe even debated about. If it's that juicy on air, we're going to talk about it. Also, it's a great way to, support the channel. It's a great way to support the GSMC Sports Network. Your super chats obviously helps us keep the lights on all these amazing podcasts. With all these passionate podcasters who have one goal in mind, to make sure that you guys, consume a healthy amount of sports content that you guys love so dang much. Obviously, sometimes enough is never enough. I'm just kidding. Moving on. We are super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily at the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And let's get this party started. And if you're not down with the GSMC super chat, then you can go ahead and hit up the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Just remember the Superman punch, that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But of course, in terms of talking sports, it's inevitable, wrestling. There's criticisms, there's a lot of back and forth banter, and by all means, that's all good too. So I just want to, encourage you guys to, but get with the program and talk about, talking some chats. All right, so let's talk about some AEW Dynamite review. Overall, I feel like the episode was it was a success. I give it out of 10, I give it a 7.5 and 8. Obviously, we are at the go-home show before AEW Dynamite. Well, before AEW Full Gear happening on Saturday. So, you had a lot of feuds kind of being established, kind of cemented, kind of, grooming the fans up to, just another amazing pay-per-view. Because that's something about AEW that I honestly love 1,010%, is their ability to kind of, in terms of premium live events, they kill it. They kill it 1,010%. In terms of them going head-to-head with WWE, I kind of reiterated over and over and over in this podcast, is, can't really go head-to-head with WWE. They've been around for so long, there's no such thing as we have, the Tuesday Night Wars, these guys want to put each other out of business. If you're a wrestling promotion nowadays, and if you're trying to put the other wrestling promotion out of business, you're kind of crap out of luck there. It's not going to happen under this new day and age of digital, media, where you can stream on YouTube, on X, Instagram, basically anywhere who's going to have you. And a lot of television channels are looking to kind of fill up, those time slots, like the CW did in terms of NXT when they dropped the National Wrestling Alliance. So there's time. There's exposure. There is a lot of, there's a lot of opportunities for wrestlers to kind of get their name out there more than it was, obviously, opposed to 5, 10, maybe even 15 years ago. But at a point where it it was hard. It was absolutely, it was cutthroat, a very cutthroat industry if you're a professional wrestler. So let's talk about some AEW Dynamite. First and foremost, we had that amazing 4-on-4 star-studded match. We had Ricochet teaming up with Powerhouse Hobbs, Will Ospreay, and also, Mark Davis taking on Don Callis' family, Kyle Fletcher, Brian Cage, Konosuke Takeshita, the AEW International Champion, and Lance Archer. I like this match. I thought this match was overall, it was great. I felt like it should have been won by the Don Callis family, and it was. Takeshita, once again picks up another victory, gets that under his belt because for quite some time before his, implementation of the Don Callis family, he was just, kind of looming around AEW, New Japan Professional Wrestling, Ring of Honor. Never really had, a set dominant run where he can kind of be feared. I like that AEW. Tony Khan right now is kind of making people think that Konosuke Takeshita is, he's a player. He's going to be a participant. He's going to be a competitor through New Japan Professional Wrestling and also AEW for years to come. So it was right that he won this match. Obviously, Kyle Fletcher as well, heading toward his match with Will Ospreay. Come on paper, Will Ospreay taking on Kyle Fletcher. You kind of pick Will Ospreay 9 times out of 10. And, and the fact that he won this match, just any form of momentum or any kind of, facade you can put on to be like, maybe Kyle Fletcher actually has a chance. So people could actually watch the match and be like actually interested because if he didn't pick up this match tonight, if he lost, I got to be honest, it was like, okay, Will Ospreay's going to take on Kyle Fletcher and he's probably going to win. So, I like that, Fletcher was also building up some momentum tonight as well. Kris Statlander taking on Hikaru Shida. Before the match started, we had a promo with Adam Cole. We had Kyle O'Reilly coming out, the former member of the Undisputed Era, also the Undisputed Kingdom, coming out, and he wanted Adam Cole to overall kind of end his pursuit of MJF, which is right. It's the right thing to do at this time. I personally feel like Kyle Fletcher, maybe he's kind of hinting at, what, Adam, I love you so damn much. You're a brother to me. We grew up in this wrestling, entertainment business. If you go out there and try to fight MJF, and if there's somehow, you get in trouble, I'm gonna have to go out there and I'm gonna have to try to protect you. I'm gonna have to put my name on the line to defend you because I care about you that much. That's why I feel like Kyle Fletcher ultimately kind of been like, dude, you gotta lay off MJF. I think, overall, Adam Cole can hold himself up against MJF, with the Undisputed Kingdom, but with Roderick Strong getting hurt, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, I don't think Kyle Fletcher could really let that, he can't really let it go. So that's the reason why he's kind of like, what, I don't want to insert myself into this because Adam, if you get your ass kicked or if you find yourself at the, in a pool of your blood at the end of AEW Full Gear, I'm going to have to step in, and I don't want to. I like where I'm at with the conglomeration with Orange Cassidy, Tomohiro Ishii, the former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Briscoe. It gets to the point where you're kind of like, what, I don't really want to step in anymore. This is between you and him. I don't want you to drag any of my friends like Roderick, Mike, and Matt into your guys' feud. So, obviously, what Kyle O'Reilly has to say is, I kind of like the angle that he's kind of pushing on here because it kind of leaves fans and wrestling fans to kind of have that backdoor possibility that maybe you can see you can see a reunited Undisputed Kingdom or an Undisputed Era from WWE NXT with Kyle Fletcher coming in, kind of being that missing guy that they've kind of been missing ever since this whole thing with Adam Cole started to go down. Even before his injury, I got to be honest, they needed one more guy, and Kyle Fletcher, they were trying to get him to join. Obviously, with the Undisputed Kingdom turning babyface, maybe kind of sways Kyle O'Reilly's vote quite, just a little bit. But, I don't know. Overall, I feel like it's a nice spot. All right, next we have, first and foremost, we had Kris Statlander defeating Hikaru Shida. Statlander looked absolutely impressive. I love the momentum she's having heading toward her match with Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship at AEW Full Gear. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be one of the best matches. For me, we'll get into it, in our third segment where we talk about AEW Full Gear. Bobby Lashley defeats in a smash match Joe Keys and the world famous Cheeseburger. First and foremost, I got to be honest. God, smash matches. some parts in professional wrestling, they work. They work for that newcomer, that powerhouse that's trying to establish his name. But Bobby Lashley is already an established name in the world of not just AEW, not just WWE, TNA, all over the wrestling circuit. Why does he need a smash match to prove his worth in professional wrestling, or to kind of sway his momentum and his power toward his match with Swerve Strickland? I felt like the match was pointless. I felt like it was horrible. I felt like it was badly booked. And the only kind of highlight of it was, Swerve Strickland at the end, coming in to attack Bobby Lashley, which, kind of adds a little bit more fuel to the fire. Because before Bobby Lashley, his push, his first ever match in AEW wasn't really tonight. Come on, guys, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. His first real match in AEW wasn't tonight, and that's the thing. That's what happened with Shelton Benjamin as well, where he took on Lio Rush. I'm kind of like, dude, put these guys against actual competitors. Like, why are you putting them into smash spot? Like, I don't really understand the logic behind Tony Khan's decision to do that for Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley should have been, seen taking out a former TNT champion. Should have been seen taking out a former AEW World Heavyweight. This match ultimately kind of sets the stage for how Bobby Lashley will be perceived in AEW, and the fact that you kind of have him in a smash match, for me, obviously, my opinion, 1,010%, I didn't really like it. I thought it was absolute. I thought it was garbage. I didn't like it. I definitely liked how Swerve Strickland is definitely over with the crowd right now, with the AEW universe. Is Swerve Strickland going to be able to take down Bobby Lashley in his first real match in AEW? Maybe, perhaps, but probably not. They want the Hurt Syndicate to be absolutely impressive. You've seen it with MVP, you've seen it with Shelton Benjamin, now with Bobby Lashley, but they still need one more guy. The Hurt Syndicate has always had 4 people. 2 guys to win the AEW World Tag Team titles and 1 guy to win the big prize. So, maybe we could see Lio Rush kind of. I don't think Swerve Strickland's going to lose without a fight, first and foremost. Second of all, I think Bobby Lashley's definitely going to have to find his way to kind of be that heel. If that's what AEW wants to do in MVP, you got to be that heel. You got to find someone to stab Swerve Strickland in the back. I don't think it's going to be Prince. What is it? Yuma? No, not Prince Yuma. Oh God, Prince Puma. No, what's his name? Oh my God, Prince Nana. I don't think it's going to be him. Lio Rush maybe coming out, kind of being by Swerve Strickland's side to be like, hey, brother, I got your back, just in case Shelton Benjamin tries to get involved, and then he finds a way to stab Swerve Strickland in the back, him then thus joining the Hurt Syndicate. That's the only way I can feel like it's Swerve, because if you have Swerve Strickland lose to Bobby Lashley flat out, straight out, it could prove to be detrimental to Swerve Strickland's push. It could also be proved detrimental for Bobby Lashley's first match. Like, probably people are going to look at it like if I look at it, I'm like, dude, like why did you have to destroy one of the biggest baby faces in AEW right now? With him being the AEW World Champion, him losing to Bryan Danielson, for him being with Hangman Adam Page, burning down his childhood home, and that he bought for his family. Like, it's just, I don't know, for me it doesn't make any sense. This is a match that's really honestly got to be done really, really well. Claudio Castagnoli is pretty dominant, defeats Darby Allin, but Darby Allin did not go down without a fight. I felt overall the match was really well it went really great for both superstars. Then we had a contract signing with Chris Jericho and Tomohiro Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, and I got to be honest, Chris Jericho, he might lose his title, Chris Jericho is such an established superstar within the world of professional wrestling that, it's not going to matter if he has a reign that lasts a week and a half or 5 years. It doesn't really matter. His name is already cemented in greatness in AEW and in WWE. And that's just Chris Jericho. So it wouldn't surprise me, especially with this new partnership with Tony Khan, with AEW, the CML, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Professional Wrestling. It wouldn't surprise me if you have Tomohiro Ishii win this championship and, heading toward AEW, not Wrestle Dream, AEW Dynasty? No, it's not Dynasty. Damn it! I think it's, no. We just had Wrestle Dream. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of it right now. it's kind of like a forbidden, like a forbidden door kind of match, or kind of PLE. And once when I think about it, I'm probably gonna yell at the top of my lungs and be like, "Oh my God, I knew it!" I'm just kidding. Moving on, with the main event, we have Really Yuta taking on Orange Cassidy. Yuta looks like a dangerous competitor, so they accomplished that. And in the match, they also accomplished Orange Cassidy as a vigilant babyface that's going to try to, put AEW on his back and try to be all he can be, kind of be the superhero. We saw Julia Hart promotion, and overall, I felt like this. Like I said, a 7.5 out of 10. Rounding up toward an 8. Overall, I felt like the AEW Dynamite was actually pretty badass. All right, guys. So hey, do not go anywhere. We're gonna jump on into the World of Ring of Honor and the Ring of TNA. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So I will see you in a little bit.